Hello world. So it's me. My name is Jantelle, and I am an aspiring actress. So I've decided to start a YouTube channel to kind of chronicle what's going on with me in my attempts to pursue an acting career a little bit later in life. So what prompted this? I will take you back to my first thought that I wanted to be an actress. Well, I was 3 or 4 years old, 2 or 3, and anytime my parents would ask me to perform, whether it be, Jantelle, show everyone how you can say your ABCs, or Jantelle, do that dance that you were doing the other day, or show everybody how you can whatever, recite this, you've memorized that, recite the other. I had no problem jumping out on stage or jumping into the spotlight and doing exactly that. I loved it. It was my life. So of course, when I started school, anything that would have me on stage, I was there. And my favorite acting moment, I should say a performance moment, came in 7th grade. That's when I was introduced to forensics public speaking competitions. And there was a category for humorous interpretation. And I remember my mom and I spent an evening writing out a script about 4 women stuck in an elevator. And of course I had to have a different voice for each person. And we had to come up with different personalities, of course, for each person. And what I remember most, because I was not, even though I didn't mind being in the spotlight, I did my very best to be inconspicuous in school because I got teased, I was bullied, whatever. It's life. So as I stood up to do my humorous interpretation of these 4 women stuck in an elevator, what I remember most is my teacher, Mrs. Connor at the time, laughing hysterically. I mean, tears streaming down her face, mascara everywhere, and all the kids in the class were laughing just as hard, and I loved every minute of it. And that's kind of what solidified to me that this was the life that I wanted to lead. But of course, I continued my schooling. I was 7th grade, so 12 years old, not much I could do about it at that point. But I continued my schooling and finished, graduated high school and everything. And of course, from that point, it becomes be practical, be reasonable. You've got to make a living. You've got to have a roof over your head. You've got to eat every day, in theory. And and you'll know what I mean if you're, later in life. Anyway, so what was my plan B originally? Just get a job and see what I could do to support myself while looking to pursue an acting career suddenly became the only plan. And I wake up one day a little bit later in life after I've been out of high school for a while, and I realize this is not the life that I'd planned for myself. This is not the life that I wanted for myself, and it's time to make an adjustment. And so I say it's time to pursue my acting career. It's time to get back into what was always meant to be my plan A, what I always wanted to do, what's been a passion of mine since I was 2-3 years old. And so I start to consult Professor YouTube. Side note, it's Professor YouTube, Dr. Google. Anyway, so Professor YouTube, to me anyway, Professor YouTube taught me a lot about the industry nowadays, how to start submitting myself for auditions or for parts, how to be the one to build my own brand and get going and get started. And so I'm learning a lot about how to get this going. One of the things that I didn't see, though, specifically for people in my situation, was what to expect later in life. A lot of the advice that I saw, which was for any beginning actor for the most part, still seemed to be kind of geared toward people coming straight out of college or straight out of high school, or kids or whatever, just getting going. And I have a little bit of experience. I did this for a little while, but now I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it as an adult. couple things that I've learned that are a good thing, being an adult working into this. There's a bit of experience that you have dealing with people, having worked on a job, having gone on interviews in life, whatever. Those types of things help with auditions. The fact that I'm a little bit more financially stable, because I've been, working for a while. I've got a little bit of a nest egg. I've got myself in a situation where I can focus on this without fear of having to sleep in my car, hopefully. I can kind of get this going and see where it all leads. So the reason I decided to do a vlog or to start this YouTube channel was to kind of chronicle my journey. Hopefully it leads to a guest spot on Bull, which is my favorite TV show right now, or gets me to be in a movie with my favorite Dwayne Johnson. But we'll save that for a little bit later. For now, the goal is just to figure out how this all works and just kind of get out there and get going. And so excited. I'm so excited. So what would you expect watching this YouTube channel? Well, my hope, or my plan I should say, is to post videos once a week, preferably on Mondays, and just kind of keep you guys apprised as to what's going on, keep you up to date as to when I go for auditions, if I get to book work, or how things look in the industry, being a minority female who's getting to go on a little bit later in life. So I look forward to getting your feedback and getting your ideas. I'll post some little bits and pieces about what's going on with me. I start my acting classes on Monday, so next Monday I'll start my acting classes, so I'll keep you guys posted as to how that goes. I picked up a book. I'm going to be downloading some scripts and recording myself portraying or acting out those scripts, and we'll see how that goes. I'd love to get your feedback on that as well. And then one thing that I do think is good, I wish that I'd had something like this when I was 19. I wish I had a different attitude when I was 19. So what I've decided to do is have one little segment at some point in each video that is entitled Things I Would Tell My 19-year-old Self. And I would love to hear your reactions to some of those things, or if the advice that I'm giving, if you happen to be a younger person watching this, if it sounds like something that you're able to benefit from, I'd love to hear it. And if you being a little bit later in life have other ideas or other thoughts as to whether the advice is practical for you as well or not, maybe you have some advice that you think would be great for me, I'd love to hear it too. So for this particular segment, the thing that I would tell my 19-year-old self is do it. Just do it. Don't be timid. Don't be scared. Time is a very precious commodity, and none of us know how much of it we're ever going to have. So spend it doing something that you love, or spend it doing something that's going to benefit you. Some of the best advice that I ever got, I was considering going back to college, going back to school, trying to get a better paying job, my plan B, but trying to get a better paying job. And the courses were going to be 18 months or more. And I'm like, well, I need work now. I don't have 18 months to wait for, to get a job. And the advice given to me was, the time is going to pass either way. It's what you do with it that makes the difference. So that's the advice that I would give my 19-year-old self. And I look forward to going on this journey with all of you, and look forward to your feedback and any thoughts or ideas that you may have to share with me. And please don't hesitate to post in the comments below, and keep an eye out for some of the other posts that are coming down the pike very shortly. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful Monday evening.